Why stress is changing my personality? Some people think stress is making them tired, but stress is quietly changing who they are. You used to laugh more easily. You used to answer messages with energy. You used to feel emotionally present. Now, everything irritates you. Small noises feel loud. Simple conversations feel exhausting. Even people you love feel difficult to be around. And the scariest part, you barely recognize yourself anymore. You tell yourself, you are just stressed. But deep down, you feel like parts of your personality are disappearing. Your patience, your softness, your excitement, your ability to feel joy without guilt. Because prolonged stress does not only exhaust the body, it slowly reshapes the human spirit. There are people watching this right now who are not naturally cold, not naturally angry, not naturally distant. They are emotionally overloaded, and nobody noticed when it started happening. At first, it looked normal. You became busy. You started carrying more responsibilities. You kept pushing through exhaustion because life did not pause for your emotions. So you adapted it. You smiled while overwhelmed. You worked while emotionally drowning. You stayed available while mentally collapsing. And slowly, survival became your personality. Now you don't even rest properly anymore. Even during quiet moments, your mind keeps moving. You wake up tired. You overthink harmless situations. You feel guilty relaxing. You become emotionally numb around people you once cared deeply about. Not because your heart disappeared, but because your nervous system has been in protection mode for too long. And eventually, the human mind stops asking, how do I enjoy life? And start asking, how do I survive today? That is where many personalities begin changing. Not through evil, not through selfishness, through exhaustion. There are humans who think they became mean when really they became emotionally dehydrated. Too much stress can make a loving person emotionally unavailable, a peaceful person reactive, a hopeful person disconnected, a creative person numb. And the painful part is, many people blame themselves for symptoms their nervous system created to survive pressure. So they keep forcing themselves to act normal. They say, I should be grateful. I should handle this better. Other people have it worse. Meanwhile, their body is silently screaming for relief. But modern life rewards emotional suppression. People praise productivity while ignoring emotional collapse. People celebrate how much you endure without asking what surviving is costing your soul. And over time, stress begins changing your identity in quiet ways. You stop dreaming. You stop feeling emotionally safe enough to be playful. You stop trusting rest. You stop feeling connected to your own life. Some people have become so stressed, they no longer know who they are outside of pressure. And that is a frightening kind of loneliness. To wake up every day feeling mentally crowded while looking emotionally empty from the outside. You know, some humans are not depressed because life is meaningless. They are exhausted from carrying invisible emotional weight for too long. Bills, family pressure, unhealed pain, fear of failure, fear of disappointing others, fear of slowing down. So the nervous system adapts, and eventually you begin living in permanent alertment. Even peace feels unfamiliar. Even silence feels uncomfortable because your body forgot what safety feels like. And here's the deeper truth nobody talks about. Stress is not only physical pressure. Sometimes stress is emotional self-abandonment repeated daily. Saying yes when your spirit says no. Pretending to be okay when you are emotionally drowning. Remaining strong for everyone while silently collapsing inside yourself. That creates internal conflict. And internal conflict slowly fractures identity. Ancient wisdom once said, "A bow that stays tightened forever eventually loses its strength." Even ancient cultures understood this. They knew the human spirit was never designed for endless tension. Nature itself rests. The earth has seasons. Trees lose leaves. Rivers slow down. Night follows day. But humans keep trying to function like machines and then wonder why they feel emotionally disconnected from themselves. The body may survive pressure, but the soul begins fading quietly. That is why some people suddenly cry over small things, not because of the small thing, but because stress has been accumulating silently for years, and eventually the nervous system cannot carry it anymore. So the personality changes, not all at once, little by little. You become more impatient, more withdrawal, more emotionally reactive, more numb, until one day you look at old photos of yourself and think, "What happened to me?" But maybe nothing is wrong with your soul. Maybe your system has simply been overloaded for too long. Maybe your anger is exhaustion. Maybe your numbness is protection. Maybe your distance is emotional survival. And maybe your personality did not disappear. Maybe it went into hiding, because overwhelmed human beings do not always become weak. Sometimes they become emotionally armored. And armor protects, but it disconnects. This is where the deeper wounds appear. Many people learn easily in life that rest was unsafe, that slowing down means laziness, that vulnerability meant weakness, that being needed gave them value. So now they overwork, they overthink, overfunction, overcarry, because their nervous system equates pressure with worthiness. And stress becomes identity. But a human being cannot heal while constantly performing survival. That is why this scripture feels so deeply personal. Come to me, all ye who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Notice the scripture. It does not say, come when you are perfect. Come when you stop struggling. No, it says, come, all ye who are weary, who are burdened, who are heavy. Because exhaustion is deeply human. And many people are not failing at life. They are carrying more emotional weight than their spirit was meant to hold alone. So tonight, I want you to try something ancient and unusual. This is the solution, not motivation, not forcing positivity. An environment reset healing experience. Choose one hidden area of your life that reflects your eternal stress. A drawer, a bag, a corner of your room, your car, a pile you keep avoiding. And clean it slowly, not to be productive, not to impress anymore, but to show your nervous system that chaos is not in control anymore. Because stress often traps humans in emotional stagnation, and physical movement interrupts invisible emotional heaviness. So as you clean, notice your mind. Notice how uncomfortable slowness feels. Notice how your body reacts when there is no emergency to solve. That awareness matters, because many people have become addicted to pressure without realizing it. And sometimes healing begins with very small acts of safety, not dramatic transformation. Safety. Because a river becomes violent during storms, but the storm passes. The water slowly remembers how to flow again. The same is true for humans. Your stress responses are not your entire identity. Your exhaustion is not your full personality. Your irritability is not the deepest truth about you. You may simply be carrying too much for too long without enough emotional restoration. And maybe the version of you that feels lost is not gone. Maybe they are waiting beneath the pressure, waiting beneath the noise, waiting beneath survival mode to breathe again, to feel again, to return again. So if you have been feeling unlike yourself lately, do not immediately hate yourself for it. Some personalities are not destroyed by stress. They are temporarily buried beneath unprocessed emotional weight. And buried things can still be rediscovered. Quietly, slowly, humanly. Thanks so much for joining me, dear friend. I want to hear from you. What part of this felt closest to your life? And when do you think stress first started changing the way you see yourself? Let me hear your experiences in the comment so that someone reading can pick an inspiration from. Thanks so much. I am TheZipporah.